Hello everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial from Armageddon. Yes, we are back once more with some more Space Marines, and today we're back with some white scars. Yes, we saw the lights land speeder, it had to be done as a white scar, because, I mean, come on, look at it. It's very wobbly. So, a massive thank you goes out to Games Workshop for sending me this one early to build up and paint with all of you. And, well, it's been primed in white scar. Appropriate, right? And the colour we're going to be using first is some thinned down Iron Warriors. And the reason we're doing the metallic first is because so much of this, aside from the white armour, so much of this model is silver. So it's quite a rudimentary vehicle, really. And we want to start with the metallics because we can essentially conquer a huge part of the model by getting the metallics on first, then shading it, then dry brushing it, and then we can just colour in the last few bits and bobs, which is going to be some alternate metallics, of course, but it's going to be the white armour, the couple of red details here and there, a little bit of black, and so on and so forth. So if we do it this way, if we make any mistakes, we can just tidy up any accidental blobs with some white scar. For later. And it also allows us to make those mistakes when we start getting inside areas like the cockpit, where if you check out the box art, even on the Blood Angels one, the vast majority of all these mechanical areas are in fact silver. So it's the hover bits on the underside, the inside of the cockpit, the safety ring, the safety rail, I should say, of the where the gun is on. We've got the engine block back here as well. The interiors of the cockpit, they're all silver. It's vast amounts of silver. So we're going to get this over the top of everywhere. And then once that's all done, we shall return. So with all of that Iron Warriors applied all the way around, as you can see, what we're now going to do is we're going to shade it. We're going to use some Nuln Oil to do exactly that. So with all of that Nuln Oil applied, what we're now going to do is we're going to dry brush all of the silver using some Ironbreaker. And with that Ironbreaker all applied, we now have some really nice silver. So what we're going to do is next is we're going to take some Seraphim Sepia. We're going to apply this over top of everywhere that is going to be white. Now, with this coat, don't worry too much about getting it absolutely spot on, perfectly smooth, because we are going to be relayering this with Corax White after this. Hence why we're not kind of doing like a clean-up operation on the stuff that we've kind of blobbed on to what will be white. Instead, we're just going to get this on there. And then we'll give it a good layering. So with all of that Seraphim Sepia applied, we are now going to relayer all of this white with some thinned down Corax White. Now what we can also do here is we can, for example, on the cushions of the seat back there, we can also use this now to sort of correct the white scar. It is a little bit darker than white scar, but we got it open, so might as well, eh? And when we're relayering, what we're doing is we're looking to avoid any of the recessed details. So, for example, that one there. We just skip over it, leaving our Seraphim Sepia in the recess. So with all of that Corax White applied, it's looking pretty good. However, what we're going to do now is we're going to take some Agrax Earthshade. I'm going to use this to just strengthen any kind of recesses where we want to be sort of a slightly bigger build-up of dirt. So we're just going to apply this like that, directly in. So with that all done, it's now time to start adding some other colours. And, well, first one is going to be some Cygor Brown. And we're going to apply this over top of the cushions of the chairs. So with that all done, our next colour is going to be some Blood Angels Red. And we're going to apply this over top of all of the eagles and aquillas and things like that. And with that Blood Angels Red all applied, we're then going to take some Black Legion. And we're going to apply this over top of, well, quite a few details. We're applying this over top of the casing of all of the weapons, including the missiles, but not the sort of tip or the ring just behind the missiles. And we're also going to apply this over top of the joints and gaps in the armour of our crew. As well as, I think we've already said all the casings of all the weapons, but I will just point it out, the multi-melter. So with that all done, we are now going to take some Bad Moon Yellow. And we're going to apply this over top of that little ring on the missiles. So with that all done, we are now going to take some thinned down Castellax Bronze. We're going to apply this over top of the heat shield of the multi-melter. And we're also going to apply this over the top of this skull and laurels on the roof. And with that all applied, it's now time to take some Agrax Earthshade. I'm going to use this to shade all that Castellax Bronze. And with that Agrax Earthshade all applied, we then take some Nuln Oil. And we're going to apply this over top of the black on the weapons. So with that all done, our land speeder is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready. It's looking pretty good. However, we're not going to leave it there. We're going to take it to the next level. I'm going to do this by adding some highlights. Now the first of these is going to be some white scar, and we're going to dry brush this over top of, well, all the white. With that white scar all applied, we are then going to take some thinned down Wild Rider Red. I'm going to use this to highlight all the red. With that all done, we are then going to take some thinned down Dawnstone. I'm going to use this to highlight all the black details. Next up, we're going to take some thinned down Mournfang Brown. I'm going to use this to highlight the seats. And then next up, we're going to take some thinned down Runelord Brass. I'm going to use this to highlight the Castellax Bronze. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Ironbreaker once more. And we're not looking to do full highlights, but what we are looking to do here is just pick out anywhere where we might have missed with the dry brush, or anywhere we want to be particularly sharp. Like for example, those barrels just there on the end of the melter gun, although I think I've overlapped inside it just a little too much, so let's just use a clean brush in there to just hoik that out. Yeah, that looks better. Alright, so we're using this to highlight our sort of key areas of silver. But what we are going to also do with the Ironbreaker, most importantly, is fully relayer this over the top of all the screens and buttons. With that all done, we're then going to take two colours, Blood Angels Red and Talassar Blue. I'm going to use this over the top of all of those buttons. So we're going to use Blood Angels Red for any large screens and Talassar Blue for any buttons. And there we have it. Our White Scars Land Speeder is now finished. I'm really pleased with how it's come out. I really like that white recipe. I'm a big fan of it. So much so that we've done a couple more White Scars coming very, very soon. But I really, really like this scheme. I really enjoyed painting this one. And I do think it's probably the best model in the box for the Space Marines, for sure. I kind of want to do another couple of them. Well, it's White Scars. Probably should, right? I mean, it'd be rude not to.
If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.